RockyHedgeFarm.com, and today I'm going to be sharing a really easy tutorial with you guys. It's just a pillow cover, and one of the ways that I love to change up the decor in my home is by the fabrics that I use. And so I'm actually going to be doing that today. I'm changing them from a tan and white buffalo check to a black and cream buffalo check for the fall and the winter season. So I'm going to share with you guys how to make one of these in a really simple way. It takes all of like 15-20 minutes at the max. And I'm also going to be sharing with you guys how to throw in a fun little element to the pillows. So for this project, what I'm going to be using is a pillow insert. This one is a 20 by 20, and then I also have my fabric, and this is just a black and cream buffalo check. And then one of the things that I'm going to be adding to this pillow, and I'm going to show you guys how to attach it, is a vintage hardware nail apron. I love anything that has to do with vintage and then letters and numbers. You will see a lot of that throughout our home. So I'm going to add this fun little element to the pillow just to give it a little something extra and unique for our home. And then I also have a measuring tape, scissors, and some pins, and then of course the sewing machine as well. So the very first piece of fabric that I'm going to cut is for the front of the pillow, and mine is 20 by 20, so that's approximately what I'm going to cut my fabric out of. Now with buffalo check, one of the reasons that I love it is it already has lines, so I don't have to do a whole lot of making sure that my fabric is straight as long as I cut on these lines. So I'm going to figure out where 20 by 20 is, and if you look, it actually falls close to half of the square right here. So I'm actually going to cut mine a little bit bigger than that just so that I can stay on this line right here. So I know where my 20 is across. I'm simply going to figure out now where 20 is going this direction so I know where to cut. And again, you can see that it falls not quite on a line, but I'm going to go just beyond that so that I can cut a straight line right here. Part of the pillow cut out, and what I'm going to do now is work on attaching the vintage nail apron to the front of this. In order to attach the vintage nail apron, what I'm going to do is cut the strings off, and then I'm going to find approximately where the middle of the pillow cover is, and then I'm just going to pin this down and sew it in place. Just sewed all the way around the very edge, and then it already had pockets in it that was stitched right here, so I just went over that stitching as well, and I'm just going to leave the pockets on the pillow like that. So now I'm just going to remove the pins and get ready to cut out the back pieces. For the back pieces, what I do to determine the size that I need is I take half of the size of the front piece, which mine was around 20, so I'm going to say 10, and then I add 5 inches so that I have that overlap in the back for the envelope pillow closure. So my back piece will end up being approximately 20 by 15. the back pieces cut out, and what I have to do now is hem the back pieces where the closure comes together so that I don't have any raw edges. And what I do is I just fold it over about, oh, I don't know, I guess this is probably, let me see here, probably 1/2 inch. Yeah, we'll do about 1/2 inch. And then I fold it over another 1/2 inch and pin it down. And then I will sew right along here. To assemble the pillow cover. So what you do is you take your front side and lay it facing up towards you, and then you'll want to take the back piece and the part that you sewed that you can actually see, you'll want to have that facing you, and you just line it up all the way around the edges so that it's even. And then you'll want to do the same thing with the other piece. And again, this piece right here should be facing up, and you'll want the raw edges matched along the sides. And then I'm just gonna go around and pin around the outside area of the pillow cover, and then I'm gonna take it to the machine and I will sew all along the outside edge. Really quick, when I was sewing this together, you may have noticed that I actually back stitched this area right here, and it's where that closure meets, and that's just because it can take some wear and tear from putting inserts in and out. So I just double stitched there to help hold that, and then I do the same thing for the edges as well, and that again just helps to reinforce it and make the corners really strong. Okay, so now that I have all of the sewing done, I'm going to take the pins out. And then I'm also going to clip the corners. And the reason I clip the corners is it just makes them look nice and sharp at the edges. And it gives a really finished look to the pillow cover. And when you clip a corner, you don't want to clip into your stitching. Just right up close to it is fine. So the next step is just to simply turn the pillow cover inside out. And I always work the corners just a little bit to make sure that they're nice. And you can tell that they come out looking really square if you clip the corners like I did. And there it is, just a short 15-minute project, and the pillow cover is done. So now I'm just going to take and put my insert in, and it'll be ready to use. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this short little video and tutorial on how to put one of these pillow covers together. Don't forget to stop by the blog, rockyhedgefarm.com, where you can see a whole lot more on DIY projects, simple living, easy recipes, and remodeling our home. Thanks, guys.